Hello YouTubers, Tutagamon here. In this video I'm going to benchmark Formula 1 2015 on a single GTX 1070 paired with my old Core i7-860. This video is recorded on an external recorder at 60 frames per second, so what you will see in this video will be pure performance. The system is overclocked. The Core i7-860 is operating at 4 GHz. Okay, GB of memory, and the graphics card is a single GTX 1070 made by KFA2. It is the EX model, latest firmware installed, and it is also overclocked in order to boost at 2 GHz. Now this benchmark has a peculiarity. As you know, Formula 1 does have a built-in benchmark, but while the benchmark will be running, I will be capturing frame rate data with fraps, so we can have an analysis at the end of the video and some comparison with my 2500K run. We will see the result in this file, of course, which should be the same as in the built-in numbers. So let me launch a game.
Welcome to Formula 1.
Fuck off. So let me go to my settings. Video mode first, 1080p resolution of course, with maxed out anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering. And for the advanced settings I'm using the ultra high preset. There is no other higher. Ultra high it is. So let's run the benchmark and let's see what kind of performance we can get. I'm expecting a few CPU limits on this run. Starting the benchmark. okay. The benchmark has finished. Average frame rate for this run is at 128 frames per second. Let's see if the Fraps recording has captured the same things. 127. Yes, they are pretty much okay. So let's see, first of all, since we have the recorded data, we are not in a hurry. We can see the frame rate relaxed and chilled out, and the frame times, which both are very good. The GPU usage was not maxed out. We do have CPU limits in this run, and we can see here the reason why. The game does seem to prefer to run on two main threads and a lot less on the rest of the cores. So with better threading, maybe these CPU limits would not be existent, but unfortunately for now they are. CPU temps are okay. GPU temps the same. System RAM 3.5 gigabytes. Core clock at 2 GHz. 3 gigabytes of video RAM usage. Very nice. And now let's see I want the F1 2015, and I'm also going to open the GTX 1070 with the i5-2500K, which is of course on my network drive. Benchmarks. Let's see, F1 2015, awesome. I was having 140, correct. I remember this result. The 2500K is a little faster compared to the 860. Both runs are adequate, however, you can have very nice performance from I see that I missed no, the same happened on the 2500K. I think I must be ending the benchmark a little sooner. In any case, very nice performance, as you can see, even from the 860. The frame times are very low, and the stuttering is also very low, minimal spikes here and there. Exemplary run, of course. Exemplary, very nice run. It was about the same for yes, it was about the same for the 2500K, but if we zoom out to 60, we can see that the 2500K run did have a little more stuttering compared to the 860. Let me see the numbers again, because I missed that. Indeed, the 860 is having 0.564 milliseconds of stuttering, and the 2500K has almost 700 milliseconds, 0.7 milliseconds, sorry. So there is a difference, an interesting difference. I have seen this difference in frame times on Shadow Warrior 2. This is the only other game, but let me we will see the comparison in a moment. Let's focus on on the 860 for now. All frame times are way below 16.7 milliseconds. Thankfully, the histogram of the frame times shows excellent performance. Most frame times are at 8 and 9 milliseconds. Exemplary rendering. Let me see the same for the 2500K. The 2500K was faster. It had most frame times at 7 and 8 milliseconds, but it had more on the 9 milliseconds threshold, so that's why we have a little higher stuttering in the frame times. Very good. So let's see the two runs. First I'm going to change the color, of course. Now I don't know how this is possible, but the 2500K run was a little shorter compared to the 860. They both use the automated run, however, but you can clearly see something very interesting in this graph, something that I have not noticed before. The frame times of the 860 are higher but smoother. We have less stuttering. As you can see, the blue line is a lot thinner compared to the red line. However, the red line, which represents the 2500K run, is occupying a lower millisecond threshold, so we are looking at faster frame times but with more stuttering. Very interesting. This is the first time I am witnessing this. The Shadow Warrior 2 benchmark was a little different in the sense that the 2500K had more stuttering, and no, I think it was about the same, but not so pronounced, and I don't remember exactly the graph, but it is very interesting to see no matter what. The frame rate is quite high for both runs, no problems whatsoever. The game will be absolutely playable, of course. Let's not crazy. Unfortunately, we can disregard the minimums because I think I should have pressed F11 a little sooner. I don't believe this 74 here is representative. It was giving me 102 in the built-in benchmark, so let's stick with that and just take the rest of the frame rate data for comparison. Variability and stuttering once more. 0.7 milliseconds for the 2500K, 0.6 for the 860 with the same variability. Very weird and very interesting. Of course, we are talking about ridiculously low millisecond values. We are talking about 0.1 milliseconds. That is the 10% of 1 second, of course, but no, forget what I said. It is 1/100th of a second. Very low values, something that you can only see in graphs like the one we saw here. I don't think that while playing you will actually be able to feel any of this. The percentiles, 99th percentile is about the same for both runs. Very good values for both, and they are very similar in their frame times with only 1 millisecond of difference or maybe less. So we have very good performance from both systems with the GTX 1070, time spent beyond curve, and lastly the comparable frame rate overlaid with the stuttering and the variability, very high values for both runs. An end user will not feel the difference in any of that. Maybe, just maybe, the advantage of the stuttering that the H60 has, but you have to be very peculiar with your frame times in order to actually feel any of that. In any case, another video has reached its end. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you on my next one.